Good morning, everyone. First, I will give you a brief introduction on myself. I'm Isuru. I'm one of senior lecturers in the Department of Accounting in Srilanka. In addition to that, I'm giving lectures here from somewhere 2014, more than 11 to 12 years, right? And that's my, professionally, I'm a chartered accountant, fellow member at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. And I did bachelor degree, BS in accounting, bachelor degree in the same Department of Accounting, University of Sri Lanka. And I did my PhD in University of Malaya, Malaysia. I completed my PhD somewhere in 2019. I think that's enough for myself, right? Okay, I know you are exemption batch, right? You are members of the institute. Now you are trying to get academic qualification. Already you have obtained professional qualification, right? Okay. Now, what we can do is, first I will be showing you the syllabus of this corporate reporting subject. After that, we can start the session, that is introduction to accounting and corporate reporting. Right? That's today's agenda. I'm sorry I got late because I fall accident morning. That's why I got late today. I'm sorry for that first. Right. In corporate reporting, majority or the significant component cover from accounting standards. Right. First tell me, are we using international accounting standards or local accounting standards? Local or international? Local or international? Local or international? Both. Local. 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 National. Local. 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 International. International. Local. Local or international? One of those two answers need to be selected. Yes, comes. International. Local. And then answer. Both. Local. Local. Right, okay. How about people who are joining through Zoom? Zoom, no, Teams, right? Yes. What do you think? Are you using international or local? Huh? Okay, before 2012, what we were using? Before 2012, what we were using? Before 2012, we were using SLAs, right? Maybe you have learned SLAs earlier, before 2012. Sri Lanka accounting standards. Sri Lanka accounting standards. In terms of the world, there are two organizations, two accounting organizations. In terms of world, what are those two organizations? In terms of accounting standards, IASB, FASB. IASB stands for International Accounting Standard Board. This is under IFRS Foundation. IFRS Foundation, that is the umbrella body. Under that, IASB is there. This organization is dominated by UK or USA. Not only that country, there are many countries, including our country as well, members of that organization. UK. This is UK dominated. FHB, Financial Accounting Standard Board. Financial Accounting Standard Board. This is dominated by who? Okay. Then you can guess and tell. USA. This organization issuing accounting standards under two names, IAS and IFRS. IAS and IFRS. How many IAS is it that they have issued? What is the maximum number? Got the message in which? Not yet remember. You complete all subjects. Not yet. And it's our exemption. People who completed business level and corporate level. Full members. They are full members. Good. Other people completed up to corporate. Hands up, those are completed corporate level. All other people completed business level. Business level 2. Okay. Good. Okay, then what is your plan? Plan says now once you complete the degree, are you going to take the exemption for CE or another way around? You are doing both. That's good. I think I, as a member in this institute, I recommend that to parallel. Then your value will be enhanced. Otherwise, only qualification. That is not reflected from the people. Okay. You are learning from here, and you can do chartered examinations as well from the knowledge that you are gaining from here. Right? And you will be improving a lot. This is academic qualification. Chartered is a professional qualification. Two things. Don't mix these two things together. Two things. Right? Here, academic qualification, we teach, we set the paper, we mark, we pass you. But professional qualification is not like that. If we are teaching, we are not involved with any paper setting. We are not involved with marking. Right? Otherwise biased. Right? If you get 49 marks, you fail in charter. To understand. That's a professional qualification. We need to protect this profession. Right? Not just the qualification. Chartered accountants means there should be a value system, right? Why people recruit chartered accountants? By paying higher money, higher salary? Why? There should be a value system, thinking pattern. That should be inculcated by the chartered accountants. Let's say qualification is given, but they cannot work. Then what would happen? entire profession would destroy. Right? So try to understand that to enhance value of the thinking, knowledge, experiences, not just the qualification. Clear? Another thing is, when you do charter, don't do one by one, subject by subject. Try to do charter with all subjects together. Why I'm saying so? Then you would be getting experiences to balancing how to manage stress when you do more subjects. How to plan your other activities. Because finance means stressful job or not, there are many deadlines. Short deadlines are given. Tax returning, financial statement preparation. So this is the training. You understood? Therefore, you should go through that particular line or path. That is the foundation. Okay? Clear? You need to show your colors when you work in the industry. Then only other people say, we need to recruit many chartered. They are paying 6 GD salary for chartered accountants because the benefit is higher than cost. Benefit should be higher than, or otherwise, chartered accountants will not be recruited. Okay, that's a different story, but please think. This time period is the period which you are learning. Focus. When we were doing charters, we did all subjects together. If one subject failed, we need to repeat again entire cycle. Right? But now you can do one by one. But majority of the people do one by one. Then in order to get the membership, how many years? What is the average time period? More than 8 years. More than 8 years. Another thing is, quality-wise, declining. Quality-wise, declining. Right? The average duration for a membership, 8 years. For a PhD, 3 years. PhD is the highest qualification. Right, okay. My what do you call message, try to get the qualification as soon as possible. Don't waste your time. We need chartered accountants. Right? We need. Give me 1 minute.
But you don't take a million. Don't take a million.
Right, what we were talking about is are you using international accounting standard or local? Local. How many standards that IESB has issued under the name of IES? 41. How many IFRSs that they have issued? 70, very good, very good. 70. In terms of Sri Lanka, what is the main accounting body? BSAA Sri Lanka. BSAA Sri Lanka has power. Make it clear. Right. PS Sri Lanka has power because PS Sri Lanka has been established under Act 1959. The main responsibility, PS Sri Lanka's main responsibility is to produce chartered accountants. Right. In addition to that, they have the power to issue accounting standards. They have the power. So before 2012, we were using SLA. Right. These standards were amended based on Sri Lankan economy. By whom? Sri Lanka. Originally, these standards were taken from IHB because our country was a colony of British. Even before 1948, there were a lot of influences, right? Not from USA, but from British. Because originally those standards were taken from IHB. Then, as per Sri Lankan economy, those standards were amended. Right? Those are not unique. SLAs were not unique, applicable only for Sri Lankans, Sri Lankan companies. So those are local standards. Those are local standards. Now you know what is the answer, right? SLAs were local. Because there were amendments. But what is the drawback? What is the drawback of using local accounting standards? let's say there are multinational companies doing businesses here. They need to prepare their financial statements as per SLAs as well as their parent country's accounting standard. One activity, two costs. Right? So that is one of major disadvantages. As a result, or as a solution, CA Sri Lanka and the Sri Lankan government at that time adopted accounting standards, international accounting standards issued by ISP. Adopted. That means 1 to 1 equal. Adopted. Right? But India converged. Why? Indian economy is huge economy. What they did was they converged their local accounting standards with international financial reporting standards. So what is the word? Convergence. But here we did adoption. So there is a difference, convergence and adoption. As a country, we adopt. Right. Okay. Here Sri Lanka adopted these standards. IAS 41, IFRS 17. In 2012, we had 8. We had 41 in 2012. Right? 41 IAS, we had that. We had up to Tibuna. But in 2023, 41, 17, as you said. This is more than double, but this is remain unchanged. Okay, this remain unchanged. Now, CA Sri Lanka wanted to change the name according to our country, because our country is so-called independent country. Therefore, we have to have a local name. From India, Indian accounting standards. Pakistan accounting standard. Bangladesh accounting standard. Right? Even though content is remain unchanged, they have to have their country name with the accounting standard. So all countries are having chartered institutes. The chartered institutes are issuing accounting standard, not only accounting, auditing standards. Accounting and auditing standards. That power has been given to the institute by which act? By that act. No. By that act. Any institute issue accounting standards for Sri Lankan companies? Power should be given by whom? Huh? The power should be given by whom? By the parliament. Should be act on that. That number 15 of 1995 accounting and auditing standards. Giving the result. Because from the Panakati or the Kalina. Huh? Alright. There is an act. Based on that, through that act, the institute is given the power. Institute is given the power, right? Okay. Now, already you are aware, we were using SLAs before 2012, right? Don't forget it. That is okay. Hands up those who have learned SLAs. Learned SLAs before 2012. We did A levels before 2012. Yes, you learned. You learned. So, what is SLAs? SLAs මොනවද SLAs කොහොමද මතකයි SLAs 5 තිබ්බේ toggle කොහෙදනේ SLAs 8 තිබ්බේ depreciation එකනේ Okay, those are local accounting standards. Here, what are the letter, or what is the letter, or what are the letters to be cut in order to show these names as local? What are the letters to be cut? In IAS, what are the letters to be cut? I should cut. What are the letters to be included? LK, LK. Because we were using SLS earlier. In order to give the difference, they use LK. But when we say, say full name, we are saying Sri Lanka Accounting Standards, even though we are writing LKs. Right? Because of this issue, they use LK. Right? So we have 41 LKs. From here, I should be cut. Then, we didn't have such similar standards earlier, so SLFR, Sri Lanka Financial Reporting Standard. At that time we had 8, now we have 17. Now we have 17, okay? What is the world context? What is the world status in terms of international accounting standards? Remember, more than 160 countries in the world adopted accounting standards which issued by IASP. More than 160 countries. Huge number. In the world, there are 280 odd countries. Out of that, 160 countries adopted international accounting standards. There is a nice room for harmonization of accounting. Let's say you work in Australia, let's say you work in India, let's say you work in Malaysia, they use international accounting standards. In terms of South Asian countries, South Asia, how many countries? South Asia, how many countries? 8 countries. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan. Out of these 8 countries, how many countries adopted IFRS? Or 7 countries adopted. Adopted or converged? Adopted or converged, except one. What is the except one? Bhutan. Bhutan is such a close country. Close country. They will adopt. When I search, Bhutan has not adopted. So you can get those information from IFRS Foundation. Country-wise analysis is given. When they adopt, everything is there. When you do research, it's a nice research. In terms of accounting, IFRS adoption, right? Okay. Now, did you understand? Are we using local or international? They're using international. You have learned many standards, but you are not knowing. But you are learning international accounting standards. Since we are learning international accounting standards, we can capitalize it. Yes or no? If you are learning international ones, not local. Sometimes other professional bodies are saying chartered is local, we are international. Earlier they said, but now they cannot. Why? We are using international accounting standards, we are using international auditing standards. For our international, what is local? Got it? Okay. Now, write down IAs 1 to 41. IAs 1 to 41. IAs 1 to 41. Quickly. IAs 1 to 41. Online people, I strongly believe you are following me. Huh? Can you hear? Can you hear me, online people?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Right, right. Good. Please take a paper and I advise you to use a CR book. CR book. Right? So these content would be helpful for your future decisions as well. When you work as chartered accountant in the industry, you need to see what is the relevant accounting standard. You should comply with accounting standards. Accounting standards are the backbone of our profession. Right? You should know all the accounting standards. You should be experts on that. Okay? This is the place where you are learning. We can learn freely. You can talk anything. This is an academic quality. You can ask questions. I can ask questions from you as well. Right? Okay. What is the ultimate purpose? Enhance your value system or your skills. Right? Not just the paper qualification. Right. Okay. LK is what? Is LK. Presentation of financial statements. It is one presentation of financial statements. At the same time, I would like to say, please get the qualification. I repeat. Do your exams parallelly. Do your exams parallelly. Don't wait until exemptions. Right? Do parallelly. Comparatively less amount, only you need to pay, but exam fee. Self-study is the most powerful learning method in the world. Self-study. All the materials are available. Study text, everything available or not? Available. And when you Google, there are 1001 materials coming in, videos, lot of materials. If you have the interest, if you have the attitude, definitely you can get into it. Since you are doing English medium, there are plenty of resources. Only thing is you need to select appropriate content. Right? Appropriate videos, appropriate materials need to be selected, then you can enhance. You have to have time, you have to have plan. When you do corporate level, do all subjects together. How many subjects? 5 or 4? 4. Plan for 6 months. Do it. That's it. Right? Definitely you could pass. Weekdays you are working. Keep working, right? Audit firm, huh? Audit firm? Oh, none or whatever. Audit firm or none audit. An audit, you would be getting what? This is my personal view, but audit, you are getting concrete what? Foundation. And you can select when you get the membership, you can select which area that you are working in. Okay? This is training Training is training, not a job. But majority of the people decide based on salary. So, big training is very important. Still we can claim, still we can capitalize the experience that we received in KPMG. When we were getting our training, I was working in KPMG, 4 years I worked. Golden opportunity. We work in the many industries. So we are sharing now. And that experience, when we teach, I have a firm as well now, I'm practicing member. I have a chartered firm. And that practical experience also will be shared with the students. Right? We are practicing accountants. Okay? We should know the industry to teach. That's a different story, but we should get, because as a teacher, as a father, we should advise. You can select. We provide some information. You can analyze them and decide. Because again, we report. You decide. That's it. We report. You decide. Right? You can decide good things for your future. Right? Try to get the membership as soon as possible. Right? You can plan next 6 months. You do, but 4 yes. Right? Next, strategic level. 1 year. Then case study. Finish. Right? If you have proper plan, definitely you can get the membership as soon as possible. This is academic qualification. Do it parallelly. Right? හරිනේ? පැහැදිලිද? මහන්සි වෙන්න ඕනේ. ෂෝට්කට් හොයන්න එපා. මහන්සි වෙන්න. හරිද? ඒ මහන්සියත් එක්ක තමයි ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක අපිට ගෙවන්නේ. ඕකද නැද්ද කියන්නේ? අපිට වැඩක් දීලා අපිට වැඩ කරගන්න බැරුණා. නේද? ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න. මේ බයෙන් කතා කරන්නේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක ගැන. දෙනවා ක්වොලිෆිකේෂන් දෙනවා අන්තිමට ටාර්ගට් වල වැඩ කරගන්න බැහැ. තේරුම් ගන්න. ඒ නිසා මේ අපි ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එක නම් කතා. You have what is the backbone? Training is very essential, right? Training is essential. Still you are learning curve, except few, maybe age 20, 25, age you can decide. Right? That's a different story, but I wanted to emphasize these things. As a teacher, we should emphasize these things. Yes, this is our place, your place, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Sri Lanka, the prestige institution. We should produce quality people, not just the quality people. Galle, quality. Academic people here, we are maintaining that. We should maintain. Otherwise, long term, what will happen? Long term disaster. Short term, this profitability would increase, but long term, there is an impact on the profession. Right? Okay, that's it. LKS 2. LKS 2. What is LKS 2? Inventories. Yes, you have learned multiple times. LKS 2 inventories. LKS 3. LKS 3. LKS 3. What is LKS 3? What is LKS 3? Not in the world. Put a dash. Put a dash. That was withdrawn by ISP. That was withdrawn by ISP, not in the world. That means that is not in Sri Lanka as well. Put a dash. LKS 4, not in the world. Put a dash. 5, not in the world. 6, not in the world. 7. What is 7? LK 7. Cash flow statement. Cash flow. Or a statement of cash flow. Or cash flow statement, whatever. LK 8. LK 8. Accounting policies, changes of estimates and errors. Accounting policies, changes of estimates and errors. The 9th, not in the world. Not in the world. 10, events after reporting period. Events after reporting period. Events after reporting period. Events after reporting period. 11, not in the world. 12, result is 12. Income tax. Very good. Income tax. 13, not in the world. 14, not in the world. 15, not in the world. 16, famous standard. Lease limit, PP. Property plant equipment, PP. Seventeen, leasing, don't write. That was withdrawn recently. Now that is not in the world. Instead of that, new SLFRS 16 was issued. Put a dash. 17, 18, dash. 19, employee benefits. Employment. 20, government grants. Government grants. 21, foreign exchange rates. Foreign exchange rates. 21. 22, not in the world. Not in the world. Put a dash. 23, borrowing cost. Borrowing cost. 24, related party transactions. Related party transactions. 25, not in the world. 26, employee benefits පැත්තට තියෙන එක fund managers. The central bank should use this standard. What is the name of the standard? Retirement benefits. And then retirement benefits. Retirement benefits. Again, central bank should use that standard. They are making the big fund. That is the standard. Okay. The central bank use fund account. What's it? 27. Separate financial statement. Separate financial statement. Related consolidation. Honeymoon production. Separate financial statement. 28. Account of associates. Associates. Ashita. 29. Accounting for hyperinflationary economies. අධිඋද්දමනකාරී ආර්ථික විරුද්ධ. Accounting for hyperinflationary economies. Hyperinflation, අධිඋද්දමනකාරී. අපේ රට වගේ වෙලාවට IMF එක ලිස්ට් කරේ නැහැ hyperinflation කියලා. But fundamentally, if IMF lists country as hyperinflationary, they should use this standard. බලන්න ලිස්ට් කරලාද කියලා IMF එක. ලුණු කීයද? නේද? හොඳට දෙවල් එක ලුණු දාපු කවුරුද මේක? Economically, we are at the risk level, high risk level. Next year, what we don't know what is that. Yes. Our leaders, they don't have such plan. Very risk, high risk. බලන්න විල යනවත් එක්ක නිකන් බලන්න කොහෙද යයිද කියලා. සාමාන්‍ය මිනිස්සු කොහොමද ජීවත් වෙන්නේ? Here, not in the world. 31, not in the world. 32, very important standard. With that. Financial instruments presentation. Financial instruments presentation. 33, earnings per share, EPS. Did you learn EPS? Huh? What did you learn? Standard. Correct. Huh? Correct. But before interim financial statements, interim, 34 interim financial statements, 35, not in the world, 36, impairment, uncurrent impairment, 37, provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. Provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. 38, intangible assets, Pushpavakka. 39, financial instruments recognition and measurement. 38, I repeat. 37, provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. 38, intangible assets. 39, financial instruments recognition and measurement. Still that standard is available, but many of things deleted. Many of things in financial instruments recognition and measurement standard deleted. We'll take them later. So we will be covering these standards. 40, investor properties, IP. 41, agriculture, Kushikapa. At the same time, we'll write SLFR 1 to 17 as well. Because I wanted to change your attitude on what you should love these accounting standards. Currently, I know you are not having such interest on accounting standards. That is the nature. But you should change that attitude. Take that attitude. Right? You should know accounting standards. You can see how safer when you work as an accountant, chartered accountant. Well, these are the guidelines. When we do accounting, we are guided by international accounting bodies. Right? We need to follow them. Not only this auditing standards as well. What is auditing? What is auditing? Auditing means what? Giving an opinion by independent auditors that financial statements are prepared in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standards. So when you do audit, you should know accounting standards, right? Okay. I have seen some people, our students, when they select, let's say they have decided to do two subjects. What they select? FRG this time, FRG and law. එකක් ගණන් හදන එකක් එකක් කටපාඩම් කරන එකක් කියලා ගන්න. ඊළඟ පාර ඔඩිටිං කරන. එතකොට accounting standards අමතකයි. තේරෙනවද? ඒ යන subjects තියෙනවා. You should understand that. The මගේ argument එක කියන්නේ එහෙම select කරන්න එපා. You should select all four together. Right? So they have the law සම්බන්ධ වෙනවද නැද්ද? ඒ ඔකට එකට යන විෂයන්නේ පුතා. නැත්නම් ඔය දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ. හරි? එහෙනම් කියන්නේ as a journey. You communicate කරනකොට කියන්නේ. නැත්නම් තාත් හැලෙනකන් චාරික් කරනවා. මේ මාසය එකයි. ඒක ෆේල්. තාම මාසයක් ඉන්නවා. ඒක ආපහු කරනවා. ආපහු පොඩ්වෙස්ට් එකක් ගන්නවා. අවුල් ටිකක්. දෙඩක් වෙලා. අවුරුදු දෙකකට පස්සේ ඔන්න ආපහු අර විෂය ගන්න. ඒකට ඉක්වලන්ට් විෂය. ඒක සිලබස් එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. අවුරුදු 5 පාට පොඩි සිලබස් චේන්ජ් වෙනවා. ඒක ෂොට් එකකින් හරි කරනවා. දුරු ෆෙස්ටිවල් චාට් අමාරු නෑ හොඳද? ඔය මිත්‍යාව. That's a myth. If you work hard, definitely you can pass. Work hard. You පාදේශයක දීලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. You should earn that. But here legally, you should earn. Yeah, but they can give anything. අපි පහළම lecture. හරි. ඒක සතියක් මීටින් වලින්. ඒක මොකද පේපර් එක නේද? ඒකෙන් දාන්නේ. හරි. Understand nature. Another thing is 40 to 30% will be given for assignments. Judgmental marks or not? Because judgmental marks, presentation and judgmental. කරගන්න පුළුවන් ටිකෙන් තමයි පේපර් එක සෙට් කරන්නේ. කවුද බලන්නේ මම බලන්නේ. හරි. Biased or not? ඒවයි නිකන් පාස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. මතක තියාගන්න මේක එක්සෑම් එකට වඩා වැදගත් attending lectures. Attending lectures. හරිද? එක්සෑම් එක නෙමෙයි. එක්සෑම් එක just a 3-hour paper. කටපාඩමින් නම් අමාරු ඒ වගේම කරන්න. Testing thinking. You have to have thinking part. Professional 49 needs fail. Inner block will be in it. ඒක නිසා මේකෙන් ගිහිල්ලා එක ගන්නවා කියන එක මේකෙන් ගිහිල්ලා එක ගන්නවා කියන එක මොනවද තියෙනවද? තියෙනවද? ඒක කියන්න බෑ මම යනවා මෙන්නගේ නිසා තියෙනවා. Encourage to do parallel. Both we need professional and හරිනේ මම මේ රිපීට් එකම නේ කියන්නේ අපේ වේල. ඒක ඇයි මම කියන්නේ? බයක් තියෙන ප්‍රොෆෙෂන්. හරිද? බයක් තියෙන ලොකු ප්‍රොෆෙෂන්. People who did maths will overtake this profession because they have thinking, more thinking. Then I cannot do any profession. I don't know thinking here. It is happening. Our responsibility. You should work hard. Just I read through a couple of chartered accountants. Why? They can predict my business for next 10 to 15 years. Because there is a yeah. खाली ආයෝජනය කරන ඒ බිස්නස් එක රන් කරන්නේ කවුද? ඒ ඩිසිෂන්ස් ගන්න. ඒ ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් කොමෙන්ට් කරන්න. We should produce such chartered accountants. එයා කියනවා ඒ මම මිලියන ගාණක් ගෙවන chartered accountant. Hey, he is getting more benefits and the cost. This is the training. This is the training. And I will share another story. I'm supervising one student. Not one student, there are many students. I'm sharing a story with one student. Master program. She was graduated from one of state universities, accounting department. She obtained training, a degree training, one of state banks. I'm not going to say the name of the bank, but you can say, you can think either People's Bank or Bank of India. State Bank or the regular. She received the training on that bank. Now she's doing master's program. And I was asking, where are you working? She said, account executive in Pereira and Sons. Account executive in Pereira and Sons. And still she is doing much. After her job, with a degree. After her job, account executive Pereira and Sons. With training category. Then said one of state banks. And they were the training and signing of. He said no. Then go to Gilla. Someone to see us half very good. Even decide. Desire Panda decide. Now, next that. It directs for next 40 years of the student. That training. They keep it there, not that way. ඉතිරි අවුරුදු 40 తీරන නෙතනි. අර අවුරුදු දෙක හරි අවුරුදු 4 හරි. නිසා මේ decisions හරියට ගන්න ඕන පුතා. Not for money. You are 5000 වැඩිපුර දෙන්න ඔයා ඉන්න අනිත් එක වැඩ කරන්නේ එහෙම නෙමෙයි. You should look at the training that you are getting. අමන නොමිලේ වැඩ කරත් කමන්නේ. You can earn lot after the training. Even there, I don't know. The Saturday will return. Economic crisis happening. Yeah. They are going to be balance. Hari. You don't know that. Here. You change. Get the membership as soon as possible. You would be motivated. The regular target karna, make us karna. Unknown anyone. We need you. හොඳට ගෙවනවා කතාර වල දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා මේ මේකේ තියෙනවා සමහරවිට membership නැතුණත් හොඳට ගෙවනවා qualification මේ හොඳ qualification එකක් ගන්න ඒක ඉක්මනට ගන්න සාසු කරන්න එපා හරිනේ plan ඊළඟ මාසෙ මේක ඊළඟ මාසෙ අකලි කරා අපිට තමයි හොඳට හැදෙනවා ඒක හැදෙනවා කියන්නේ stress එක manage කරගන්න කොහොමද how to manage stress, right? How to plan your life. Waste කරන්න එපා. අපිට තියෙන්නේ මොකද education cycle එකයි biological cycle එකයි set වෙන්න ඕනේ. set වෙන්න මොකද වෙන්නේ? education cycle එක යනකොට biological cycle ඉවරයි. අවුරුදු 40යි දරුවෝ හදන්නත් බෑ. qualified වෙනකොට අවුරුදු 40යි. වෙන්නලත් නෑ. No. හරිද? කියලා තේරුණාද? අවුරුදු 22 23 qualify වෙන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? ඒක first time adoption. SLFR1 first time adoption. SLFR1 first time adoption. We were using the standard when? In 2012. First time adoption. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතා ඕනම රටක් පළවෙනි පාරට අයින් පාරට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඔය ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක යූස් කරනවා. First time adoption කියලා තියෙනවා. දෙක share based payment. Share based payment. තුන for the third one. Business combination. व्यापार संयोग business combination. SLFR is 4. Insurance contract. SLFR is 4. Insurance contracts. Structure. The different industry. There is a different find non-current assets held for sale. Non-current assets held for sale. SLFR 6. Mineral resources. Standard but the idea is that mineral resources, non-regenerative resources. This is the standard. SLFR is fixed. Use but these standards are available. 7. Financial instruments disclosures. 8. Operating segments. 9. Financial instruments. Then financial instruments in Kia Kiuna, they are doing what again the order. How many stands that you have written on the financial instruments? LKS 32, LKS 39, SLFR is 7, SLFR is 9. 4 standards are there for financial instruments. Very important. 10. Consolidated financial statements. एक आबाद का मूल्य प्रकाशन. 11. Joint arrangements. Joint arrangements. 12. Disclosures for other entities. Disclosures for other entities. 13. Fair value measurement. Fair value measurement. Fair value measurement. 14. Different contracts. Different contracts. Different contracts. 15. Revenue from contract with customers. 16. Leasing. 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 Insurance. Insurance. Fully insurance standards. Right, okay. Well, these are the standards in the world. In addition to these things, are there any other things to be followed when you prepare financial statement? Yes, in this is GAAP. GAAP in the sense, accounting standards, legislation, then previous court cases. That's called GAAP. GAAP is a broader concept. GAAP consists of all these things. Right? US GAAP. GAAP. Now in Sri Lanka also there is a GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. It consists of what? Sri Lanka accounting standards, legislation, EPF Act, ETF Act, Companies Act, Banking Act, Finance Act. That is the legislation. Then in addition to that, corporate governance. See, all these things are together, then we call GAP. But internationally, what are the things that we should follow in addition to these two set of accounting standards? Conceptual framework is not a standard, but that could be the base document in financial reporting. That is also issued by IASB. Conceptual framework for financial reporting also issued by whom? IASB. That is also international document. International document. But that is not a standard. Hari another document. Thick and ifric. Thick and ifric. Thick and ifric. How do you know? Thick. Statement of Interpretation Committee. IFRIC means International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee. Thick and ifric. Thick. Ifric. Thick ifric. If there is a new issue in the world, there is no proposed solution to the world, then what is the responsibility of ISB? ISB should issue interpretation on that issue. Now, for an instance, I would say customer loyalty programs. Now, supermarkets introduce customer loyalty points. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe. Then there is, accountants are curious how this should be accounted. Customer loyalty program, when they purchase goods from supermarkets, 1% would be added to, accumulated, and after certain period of time, that could be reimbursed. Right? But there is no such accounting treatment for that new innovation. Right? At that time, I'm talking about 10 years ago, right? Then what ISB did? ISB issued interpretation. Interpretation. Okay? If there is a new thing, an issue to be solved, they will solve. What accountant should do? Accountant should follow it. Right? If we can think anything, think anything. Now we are wondering what is the difference between LKAs and SLFRs. Some people are thinking LKA 16 and SLFR 16 similar, but not. But not. What is the difference between LKAs and SLFR? Any idea? No idea. Huh?
Point they have stopped issuing
From some point they have stopped issuing
IAS
IAS
the
because
organization body name has changed.
right. Makes sense, makes sense. මුලියලද නැවතුනේ. ඒ උත්තරය අර පොත් මේකේ තියෙනවා. 2012, 2023. Answer is in the board. So he explained nicely. What is the point where they stopped issuing accounting standards under the name of IAS in 2001? 2001. දෙදහස් එකේදී ඒගොල්ලෝ නවත්තනවා accounting standards issue කරන එක මොන නමයක්ද දෙන්නේ? IAS. They introduced IFR in 2001. Until 2001, they have issued SIC statement of interpretation. They stopped. ආයතනයේ නම් වෙනස් කිරිල්ලක් නේ. එතකොට SIC වෙනකොට එයා මොකද issue කරේ? IFRIC, International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee. Then only name has been changed. Only name has been changed. නැත්නම් මේ සමහරගෙන උන් කියනවා අරගෙන තියෙන ස්පෙસિෆික් items වලට මේක තියෙන රිපෝටින් එකේ ඒව කියනවා. Just the name change. Just the name change. The name change. Right, okay, moving on. Now I will be showing you right, okay, we'll go through this one first then. So I wanted to show you the curriculum or the content of the syllabus. Now already I have given you the full set of accounting standards. Right? So these are the standards that we need to cover, but not all. We have 15 lectures, 15-week lectures. Can we cover it all? No, we cannot. Can you please mark standards that you have learned already? Is this your first semester? Is this your first semester here? Earlier semester you learned. Did you learn financial reporting subject FR? Huh? Angajivasa or Angajivasa, right? Highlight standards covered by Angajivasa. I'm not going to do those standards again. That's a repetition. Highlight from the beginning. Take your highlight and highlight. Hope you have learned. Associate? Karene? Come on, right? Accounting for associate. Console cannot කරන්නේ. Console cannot කරන්නේ. ඒ adjustments ටික එන්නේ ඔය standard එක අනුව. Equity method. Equity method. Okay. Now 33 earnings per share. I will be doing that in this syllabus. Did you learn 32? 32? Yes, you have learned. Yes, you have learned 32. But I will touch upon 32. SLFR is 9. SLFR is 9. Did you learn impairment of financial assets? Impairment of financial assets covered? Yes. Then no need. Then I'm not going to touch because already covered. Impairment of financial assets. And look. Right. Okay. Financial reporting, corporate reporting, financial reporting, governance reporting, and sustainability reporting. In terms of sustainability reporting, what is the evolution of sustainability reporting? Sustainability reporting क्या होगा? Now that is the trend. Under sustainability reporting, we should discuss integrated reporting. IR. Hope you are aware about it. Integrated reporting. There are six capitals. What are the six capitals? In an organization, what are the six capitals? Yes. Okay. There are six capitals as per IR, integrated reporting. Online people, I hope you can see my whiteboard. Okay. And IR, the main purpose is to show how organization add value to their shareholders, stakeholders. How they create the value for shareholders. So sorry, stakeholders, not only shareholders, stakeholders in broader level. Under six capitals. What is the first capital? Financial capital. Second, manufactured capital. Third, human capital. Fourth, intellectual capital. Fifth, natural capital. Sixth one, social relationship capital. Social relationship capital. So these are the six capitals, right? What organizations should do is they should report how that organization create value for their stakeholders under these capitals. That's called IR, integrated reporting. When it comes to integrated reporting, they focus not only financial reporting, but also non-financial reporting. Financial plus non-financial. That is different. That is different. Right? Clear? Corporate reporting corporate reporting means combination of all, or else combination of three things: financial reporting, governance reporting, and sustainability reporting. Okay, the broader subject that you are going to learn. Now, accounting standard, is it financial reporting regulated? Regulated. GAAP, GAAP. GAAP. What are the three things basically? Accounting, standards. Then legislation. Legislation. What is the third one I said? Yeah. Come on, yeah. Right. Accounting standards, legislation, third one. SEC rules and regulations. Securities and Exchange Commission rules and regulations. SEC rules and regulations. Under financial report. Right? Clear? That is the overall picture of corporate reporting. So you have to have interest on new trends. දැනගන්න ලෝකේ වෙනස් වෙනවා. දැන් අලුත් ට්‍රෙන්ඩ් එක මොකක්ද පුතා? In the SR, sustainable reporting. IR, now IFRS Foundation has issued IFRS S1 and S2. IFRS S1 and S2 under sustainable reporting. These are sustainable reporting standard number 1 and 2. Not only financial reporting standards, they have issued sustainability reporting standards these days. Are there? How much standards they got issued for the thing? They got. One of the IFRS S1, IFRS S2. IFRS S1, general guidelines for the sustainable reporting. IFRS S2 for the climate change. Climate change. Right? S2. Lanka compulsory because that's which is that's which is the voluntary disclose voluntary adapt Sri Lanka going to do that. 1st of January 2025 onwards, this should be compulsory for top 100 companies in Colombo Stock Exchange based on market capitalization. Market capitalization is a value companies here. Pay the compulsory. How the current? Charlie should take a Charlie should be balleting the current. Senator Ballet being accounting standards, auditing standards. Are a monkey packing. They are Palagana. When no. A Pampa. A Palaka National in a lot. Sri Lanka, you can start from the bigger from the Panathan. Inum Karanasa, bigger than a profiter. There is sustainable reporting again at town. So that should be included in the act. The act also will be changed next couple of months. That is under draft version now. It will be sent to Parliament, and Parliament will approve it. And the major, there are issues behind that. Top 100 companies. So, I look friends, then, sustainability. Currently, IR, integrated reporting, some companies voluntarily do that. Around 60 to 70 companies use IR, integrated reporting. Right? There is a framework, IIRC framework, International Integrated Reporting Framework, IIRC. Did we see that before? Because you are in accounting field, there are a lot to be learned. When you have free time, you need to just go through and see. Knowledge, that is knowledge. Knowledge is everywhere. The government, Google, ChatGPT will help you. Some of them engineer don't make. You have to have self-interest. Clear? Is overall picture of corporate reporting. Overall picture of corporate reporting, right? Okay, अभी वेला में तो sustainable reporting है ना तब कोटा का करो. You talk about, right? Sustainable reporting, integral reporting. What is it? What is it? Okay. Okay. Coming back to our course outline. Can you please write down the weightage of the syllabus? Look at this, main topics and weights, interpretation and application of Sri Lanka accounting standards, 55% given to accounting standards. Accounting standards. Preparation and presentation of consolidated financial statements, 25%. 25%, right? Analysis, interpretation and communication of financial results, 20%. When it comes to preparation of consolidation, again, cover under what? Accounting standards. And then altogether, here, 80% cover from accounting standards. Elisa, you should change your attitude. Accounting standards will come with you in the back. Change your attitude. 80% from accounting standards as per the syllabus. LKS 20, I will be covering highlight is different color. These are the standards that I should cover. I should cover. LKS 20, LKS 21, LKS 26. That's why I become standard numbers are in the 26 or whatever. 26 applicable for fund managers. Then the working more than mineral assets when and then good up to that. We should focus on what common standards for you to think, for you to improve your skills and thinking. 33, highlight 33. 34, interim financial statement, very small standard. 34, interim financial statement. 41, agriculture. 41, agriculture. SLFR 9. SLFR 9. Even though you have learned in financial reporting, again they have mentioned, repeat but I will be focusing on hedging accounting and impairment of financial assets. Hedging accounting and financial, impairment on financial assets. Take power. Why standard set LKS 32, SLFR 9, LKS 39. Okay. Then I will be doing operating segments. SLFR is 8. Then SLFR is 13. Fair value measure. These are the standards that I will be covering as standards. As standards, this is what they know consolidated. Consolidated related stuff. Consolidated related stuff, LKS 27, SLFR is 10, SLFR is 12, SLFR is 11, LKS 27, LKS 28, consolidated status, so we'll touch on that. Then financial statement analysis, right? Okay. Look at this assessment. This is important. Final examination, 60%. So we will be having midterm test. We will be having midterm test, MCQ, then group assignment and the presentation. 3, yeah? Okay, 3. Clear? Okay. Okay, I will close this document. Now, introduction to accounting standards. Already I have covered many in terms of accounting standards. Are we using international or local? International. Don't say local, don't say local. You can explain. We were using local standards before 2012, but after 2012, Sri Lanka and the government of Sri Lanka adopted international accounting standards issued by IASB, right? If you are given chance to explain, can you do that? You can, right? There. I can remember I was in a panel in the master student selection committee. Master students la program එකට ගන්න එකට ඉතියා interview එකේ masters degree කරන්න. So there was one student who recently graduated from private university. Right, private university, she did accounting degree, private university. And I was asking the same question. Other question එක ඇහුවා. Answer හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන්. What was the answer given? Local accounting standard. But she did PhD in accounting degree. Interview failed. අවුරුදු 4ක් ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. Local international ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඒක තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. නමුත් ඉගෙන ගන්න මොකක්ද කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ්ස් ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා. හරිද? ఈ అద్దరం මේ ඉගෙන ගන්න ඔයාලා දැනගන්න අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් ලෙවල්. When you go to Australia, when you work in UK, same standards. That is the beauty. Don't know how to ආසයි ඉගෙන ගන්න. නේද? හරි. Interview fail, not selected. Degree. හරි වැඩක් නැහැ. කියන්නේ අර we should be that are auditory learners, active learners, not passive learners, active learners. If we have any doubt, we can search and see. Search can learn doubt Google change the attitude change search and come. Okay, so shall we go through quickly? Okay. Right, presentation outcome. So kata kena tak tu you accounting entity concept. Did you learn that in grade 11 or 10? When we do accounting, we should think from business point of view or owner's point of view. Business point of view, right? Owner and the business are two separated entities. That is called accounting entity concept. What is accounting? What is accounting? Accounting is a process of what? Collecting, recording, summarizing, interpreting, interpreting and communicating those information to stakeholders of a business for their decision making. History. Before the independence, after the independence. Even before the independence, we were influenced a lot by British. We were influenced a lot by British, right? After the independence, British, right? British. International accounting bodies, ISB and FSB. Did you write? Yes. ISB dominated by UK. FSB, USA. Right. Adoption of IFRS, how many countries in the world? More than 160 countries in the world. South Asia, 7 countries out of 8. Sri Lanka adopted 10. 1st of January 2012 onwards. 1st of January 2012. Correct? IAS, IFRS. LKS. Did you write them? Interpretation, seek and inflict. These are the stick. Stick 1. So those are superseded, not available. Again, solution like standard taking out, if they issue a new standard by giving the solution or incorporating those things in the standard, these are superseded. I have taken from IAS Plus website. Which they are taking. You also can search. I have given the link. Then we will changes in existing decommissioning, restoration, and similar liabilities. That is available. Emission rights withdrawn. June 20, 2005, it was withdrawn. Emission rights. Make a fellow research areas. You know how the research. We should do research. Academic community should do research, not the professionals. That is the difference between professional and academic. Academic people should do research. Professional qualification and research. Difference is there. Research practice. That's the beauty. Interest you have to have interest. So there are many research areas to be done. In next year you will be having research, right? You got the exemption then it exemption. History 2006-19 history product. But if there is a new thing, definitely they will issue it free. Correct? Okay. Thank you. That is the end of that session. Finish. Now we can take a small break. If you learn in class, you look at them right. After 11, do you have anything? What is that? New subject. Right, okay. Then shall we continue till 11, 10? Interval on there. I think after the interval we'll continue till 11. Next I would be taking conceptual framework of financial reporting. Did you learn conceptual framework of financial reporting? Yes? Take 2 pages. Take 2 pages. अभी बिना मेरे की वर्क करते हैं. Conceptual framework क्यों मसाक कर लेते हो? अगर ये उससे और खावा भी. ओके क्यों सर? नहीं रखें. तो खाली मसाक कर रहा हूँ. Take 2 pages. In the middle you can write conceptual framework for financial reporting. Everyone in the class, online plus physical, you should write conceptual framework for financial reporting. Right, like this, these are the 2 pages. The middle you can write conceptual framework for financial reporting. Divide this one into 6 wings. 6 to 7 wings. 6 to 7 wings, you could use different colors to write the summary. So I'm going to summarize the entire document. Conceptual framework for financial reporting. Right. First wing, objective of conceptual framework. Objective of conceptual framework. Purposes of conceptual framework. Objectives of conceptual framework. Conceptual framework is objectives. What are the objectives of conceptual framework? I would say assist IASB to issue new accounting standard. Assist IASB to issue new accounting standard. Right now, assist IASB. Or the IASB again, International Accounting Standard Board. May document take a new provision, good color. Assist IASB to issue new accounting standard. Ready? Next one. Assist preparers. Assist preparers of financial statement. How the conceptual framework. Third one. Assist all stakeholders. Assist all stakeholders to understand financial statement. Understand and interpret. Then the conceptual framework is correct? Next week. The objective of financial reporting. The objective of financial reporting. Objective of financial reporting. Objective of financial reporting. You can change your color and write. You can change your color and price. Italian color change correctly. Italian is value. What is the objective of financial reporting? Provide financial information. Provide financial information to parties. Provide financial information. Provide financial information. Well, you can do provide financial information to parties who have invested resources. Who have invested resources. Who have invested resources. Who have invested resources to the entity for their decision making purpose. For their decision making purpose. Who are the parties as per the conceptual framework? Who are the parties as per the conceptual framework? Parties only parties are investors, potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. Investors, potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. As per conceptual framework. Okay, who are the parties as per the conceptual framework? Investors, potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. Right? Second wing. Elements of financial statement. Elements of financial statement. Okay, what are the elements of? There are 5 elements. What are those elements? Statement of financial position. Statement of profit and loss. Statement of changes in equity. Statement of cash flow. Notes to the financial statement. We understand? There are components here. Components of financial. What are the components there? Components of financial statements and elements of financial statements. They come. Limit. What are the elements of financial statements? Assets, liabilities, income, expense, and equity. Right down. Elements of financial statements. Fundamental. Elements of financial statements. Components of financial statements. Components should a key. Make a conceptual frame. And then it's coming to problem. There are more the Patlavi. Good. So, Punji Machin. Let me take a Patlavu. Many of the conceptual framework of financial. Now, an idea of that. There are a right. Assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expense. All the definitions are given in the conceptual framework. Asset defined in the back. Asset means what? Economic resource occurred as a past event controlled by the entity. That is given by the conceptual framework. What is it? Counting and question Sundar Vishaya. For limit of the superior are connected, logical definition is superior. This is a discipline. Unrelated discipline ඕනේ නැද්ද? ඕනේ. ඒකට මිනිස්සු බිහි කරන එක තමයි මේකේ ප්‍රධාන අරමුණ. හරිද? මිනිස්සු ඉන්නෝනේ ඒක on the quality. ඒක අපේ වගකීම තමයි ඒක හදන එක. හරි ඒක අපි මොකද එකතු වෙන්න ඕනේ. You can participate in these lectures. Okay, right, okay. But the definitions of course here, I'm not going to touch definitions. Then qualitative characteristics of financial qualitative characteristics. Yeah, who will answer? Qualitative characteristics. Qualitative characteristics. Take it away. Take it away. You can divide it into two. Fundamental qualitative characteristics, enhancing qualitative characteristics. Fundamental level take it away. Enhancing. Fundamentals are enhancing. Enhancing. Very difficult. Fundamental dekha. Relevance and faithful representation. Relevance and faithful representation. Relevance and relevance very important concept, very important quality. Qualitative characteristic. Relevance means if we miss something that leads to its impact on a decision. Let's say if there is no such information, because of that, decision would be influenced. That means that information is relevant. Then again, relevant thing. Relevant information consists of two sub-qualities, the concepts, confirmatory value and predictive value. Sorry, predictive and confirmatory value. Relevant information then make values දෙක තියෙනවා. මොනවද ඒ values දෙක? Predictive value and confirmatory value. Information is relevant and it has predictive value. Based on that, we can predict for future, next 3 years, next 3 months. Then when we can we pass that time, we have actual results. Then we can get the confirmation. Right? Predictive and the confirmatory. Got it? Faithful representation. Faithful representation consists 3 sub-qualities. What are they? Faithful representation can you look at one? Free from errors. Free from errors. Free from errors. Free from errors. Neutral. Neutral. Bias from the back part. With also we did bias from the back counting. Complete. Component. Free from errors, neutral, complete. Right? When you provide information, make sure these qualities are assured. Right? Then they pass because stakeholders will take decision out of this information. That is our responsibility. Got it? Fair enough. Underlying assumption. Recognition. Enhancing QA. Enhancing 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 comparability. Comparability. Verifiability. Understandability. Timeliness. Timeliness. Correct? Because in the recognition criteria. Next week. Recognition criteria. Recognition criteria. Non recognition criteria. They five. Relevance and faithful representation. as per the conceptual framework, recognition criteria are relevance and faithful representation. In a set order, we can recognize assets, liabilities, we can recognize. Right. I forgot to tell you, before elements of financial statements, we have to have another one. Now we are here. Reporting entity. Reporting entity. What do you mean by reporting entity? What do you mean by reporting? Isuru Manav is saying reporting entity should be a legal entity. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? Reporting entity should be a legal entity. It's a compulsory one. I'm saying so. Agree or disagree? Huh? Agree? What are the reporting entity? Entity which should prepare financial statements. मूल्य प्रकाशन सकाश कल एकक वार्ताकरण एकक नाम वे. Should it be a legal entity? Is it compulsory? Sole proprietorship is a reporting entity. Should it be a legal entity? No, legal entity remain. Niti entity putgile remain. Sole proprietorship, partnership. But that's a reporting entity. Is that clear? Private limited company is a reporting entity. Legal entity is common. I mean, legal entity is reporting entity. Did you understand? Reporting entity entity which should prepare financial statement. As per this conceptual framework. Last part about branding. Last one. Reporting entity is an entity. Reporting entity is an entity which should prepare financial statement. Prepare financial statement. It was the underlying assumption. What is the underlying assumption of financial reporting or financial accounting? Going concern. That is a one and only assumption in accounting. Look at that. Going concern. Akanda Karatma Kiranaman, Ekabeku Halp. You make a measurement. 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 Measurement is a little bit. Divided into historical cost method. Assets, liability. You measure the base of conceptual framework. What are those methods? Historical cost method and current value method. Current value. Current value method now that below there are 4 methods on the current value. Pair value, value reduce. Value reduce की नमक वाला दान दो. Present value of future cash flows generated from that particular asset. भाविता के लिए मतलब लेबेना दल प्रवाह वाला वर्तमान आगे. LKS 36 का नोट कितना करते? एक है मंथली 4th part की तैयार कर लो again continuation isolated में connected. There now you are going to be accountants plus charter. I mean degree करते हो accountant के लिए professional qualification है तो charter क्या अलग से right? There now ready? fulfillment value. ඒක වෙන liability පැත්තේ තියෙන කතන්දරයක්. Fulfillment value. Last one. Current cost. Current cost. අපි එකක් කියනවා. Derecognition of elements. දැන් අපි recognition කතාව කරන්නේ. එතන බලන්න derecognition කියන්නේ. Recognize කරන්න මොනවද දැනගන්නවා derecognize කරන්නත් මොන අවස්ථාවද? Derecognize. Derecognition කියන්නේ එතන බලන්න. Assets liabilities. දෙකම බලන්න. Assets should be derecognized when assets derecognize කරන මොන අවස්ථාවේද? When entity losing the control. Asset side එක ලියන්න losing when entity losing the control. When entity losing the control, assets should be derecognized. Sorry, liability derecognized කරන්නේ. When there is no present obligation. When there is no present obligation. When there is no present obligation. Right? Okay. Right? Now we'll go through the standard. Not standard, sorry. Conceptual framework of financial reporting. Then we are doing that. Purpose of conceptual framework. Did you write? Did you write? The first wing you have written. Assist IHB, assist financial statement preparers and all parties to understand and integrate IFRS. Objective of financial reporting, did you write? Yes. Users, did you write? Then, අඩුපාඩු දෙනවා අක්කර හදාගන්න. හරි. අඩුපාඩු දෙනවා හදාගන්න. Fundamental enhancing. Relevance. If this information is relevant, if it is capable of making a difference to decision, then only we can say that is relevant. It has predictive value and confirmatory value. Faithful representation, complete, neutral, and free from errors. Did you write? Yes. Faithful representation is affected by level of measurement uncertainty. There can be measurement uncertainty. If we can measure reliably, we do that, right? We measure. But there is an uncertainty. There can be uncertainties. But if we can measure reliably, we would be recording double entry. Even though there is uncertainty. Enhancing. These are the four. Can you make non-useful information as useful by using enhancing qualitative characteristics? Let's say you are providing non-useful information. Can you make them useful by using enhancing? And that would not. Fundamentally, how will you develop? Take an enhancing qualitative characteristics here. Fundamental qualitative characteristic ensure karaga. It was further we can improve the quality by using this. These four qualitative characteristics usefulness of the information, but they cannot make non-useful information to useful. Fundamental out කරගන්න එපා කියන්නේ ඒක. හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒක මොනවද? ඕපන් වෙනවා. දැන් වතුර වෙලා. Right. Reporting entity. Entity that is required users to prepare financial statements. Not necessarily a legal entity. Not necessarily a legal entity. Financial statements. A particular form of financial report that provide information about assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. These are the elements of financial statements. These are the elements of financial statements. These are the definitions. Assets. Present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of past event. Economic resource is a right that has the potential to produce economic benefits. That's an asset. Liability. Present obligation of the entity transfer economic resources as a result of past events. I will be sharing this document. Equity. Equity as well. Assets minus liabilities, right? Residual interest of assets after deducting its liabilities. Income. This is definition. Increase in assets. Increase in asset. Decrease in liabilities. As a result, increase in equity without involving the owner. Without involving the owner. The connection assets equals equity plus liability. The equation. What are the reasons for increased equity? What are the reasons for increased equity? Equity are value for avastha देखिए देखा क्या ये देखिए owner additional capital is that income? Is not an income. अरे क्या होगा income. जब आप owner derive करेगा income नहीं है तो होता नहीं then you should eliminate in the sense you should keep this involvement because you need to derive income. Correct? Right? Let's say now there is no involvement of owner, then income value is equity value. What is that equity? What will happen to assets? There can be two options. Either asset increased by 50,000. Value delta, liability should decrease. Otherwise, this equation is not valid. That is the definition. No? Okay, money pet money expense. You can't do it. Whether owner get drawings, whether expenses. Owner get drawing expense whether no whether it. There no consider asset done with no even the liability. So the equation is definite. Logically, income, expenses, opposite decrease in asset, increase in liabilities. As a result, increase in equity, other than those related to distribution source. Recognition, relevant and faithful representation. These are the criteria. Did you write? Re-recognition. Removal of all or part of the recognized asset or liability. Asset losing the control. Asset losing the control. Liabilities. No present obligation. Measurement. Historical cost. Current value. Fair value. Value in use. For fulfillment value for liability side. Current cost. The fair value has been defined as SLFI's 13 fair value measurement. Price that will be received to sell an asset, pay to cost liability in an orderly transaction between market participants at the measurement date. Factors to be considered. Now, when you are selecting measurement basis, these relevance and faithful representation should be considered. Oh, Answer. You know the answer, name. The enter. What is the answer? Relevance and faithful. Question number 2. The enhancing qualitative characteristics of financial information include B. Comparability understanding. Correct. Question number 3. Which of the following is not a contributory factor towards faithful representation? B. Very good. Question number 4. The purpose of the conceptual framework is or are. All of the above. Question number 5. Which measurement bases are categorized as current value measurement basis in the conceptual framework? All of the above. True or false? High level of measurement uncertainty associated with an asset always result in asset not being recognized. Again. True or false? True or false? False किने आते सर? False. True किने आते सर? No one, you are correct. Repeatedly monkey हुआ. Answer जगह but we recognize if we can measure reliably. Method में आ गया है. Always result in asset not being recognized. It's false. Thank you. Finish. Right. That's it. Today we covered introduction to accounting standards and conceptual.